Okay, so welcome to Week 16 of the NFL, starting tonight. Hope you all are enjoying. All 10 of you who are watching these enjoy these videos. Like I said, the reason why I kind of started this was because I wanted to have a little break from doing the mundane, stuff just doing the same comic news over and over again. It's a nice little rebreather, even though it doesn't get me a lot of views. But yeah. Anyway, so tonight we have the San Francisco 49ers taking on my Tennessee Titans. Okay, I didn't get to talk about that Steelers game, but what the fuck, guys? I don't know what to say to that. I didn't know how they failed miserably on that. And dancing on the logo, I was like, I facepalm, because this is exactly like the Ravens game, wild card game, last year. Same damn thing happened. Karma just happened. I'm well aware that we don't have Derrick Henry right now. I'm well aware we are missing some key pieces, but this is now I understand that we're leading the division, but there's someone coming up behind us. And I'll talk about them in a moment, but yeah, and the 49ers are on an upswing. These guys are more than likely making a wild card spot, and they are dangerous. I've dreaded this game in recent weeks. I even dreaded it when they were on a losing streak, because I knew the 49ers were capable when they're healthy, when they have Kittle and Garoppolo healthy and Samuel healthy. That is a dangerous team. So I got to give this to the 49ers. I do think the Titans are going to give fits here, but yeah. But then again, every time I choose against my team, they win, so maybe it's a reverse jinx. So maybe me reverse jinxing will get us a win. Anyway, so next up we got a Christmas Day doubleheader featuring first off we got the Browns taking on the Packers in Lambeau Field. It's a Christmas miracle because Aaron Rodgers is going to kick the ever-loving shit out of the Browns. The Browns are going to have some people coming back from the COVID, from the Rona testing they had, and they definitely need it. They're seriously missing some key pieces. Do I think that there is going to be some key pieces in there, like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt? They're going to be there, and I think that run game is going to be dangerous for the Packers. But Aaron Rodgers and his team has shown, even when they're limping, they are still dangerous, and they're going to be playing in Lambeau. Do I think this is going to be a good game? Yeah, I think so. But I am giving this to the Packers. They are on a major upswing. And they're playing a team that's kind of limping at this point, and they're going to make an example out of the Browns. Yeah. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cardinals. Cardinals, what the hell happened last week? I mean, good for Detroit. I was like, hey, that was cool. But Cardinals, I don't know if you were just out of sync and just off balance off that Rams game, but what was that? What was all of that? Because you guys look like a mess without DeAndre Hopkins. But the Colts, this is another team that I've known, even though they were 0-3, I was like, these guys could sneak up on us at any point. And now they are almost if they win this, they are now in striking distance of winning the AFC South Division. And they can easily just bulldoze the next few games. Whereas for the Titans, I'm concerned about the 49ers and the Dolphins game, since the Dolphins are now getting a second wind and playing really hard for a 7th seed. So the Colts are definitely, when they're healthy, that defense is terrifying. That Carson Wentz, when he's healthy, is... Ugh. And these guys are going to play their ass off to show... And after they walloped the Patriots, they were like, no. We're a threat. And yeah. There was, everyone says, the AFC South, it's always the Titans division. I always say, yeah, but the Colts, though. For Houston, Jacksonville, whatever. It's always Indianapolis that I'm worried about. So I'm actually going to, I do think this is going to be a fight of a game. I do think this is going to be one hell of a game. But I am going to give this to the Colts. I think their defense, and when they have that run game going, it's devastating. But I would be shocked. I would not be shocked if the Cardinals get their shit together and play up to their potential, because I think that was one of the problems with the game last week was they were playing down the Lions. So, but I do expect this to be a good game. Next up, we have the Lions and the Falcons. Lions, congratulations on your big upset win. I know that you guys have been knocked out of contention for the number 1 draft seed, but you're still in the top 10. And you're going to get draft picks for from the Rams anyway. Falcons. It's the Falcons. This is literally like a tank bowl, because honestly, after that Cardinals game, I kind of just I'm almost feeling like Dan Campbell's fuck the draft. Let's win these last few games. I think at this point it's more like they play their hearts out, and they've only lost by 1-score games, and they could still lose this game, but there's a part of me that's saying the Lions over the Falcons. Honestly, I'm really thinking this is going to be the Lions game over the Falcons. I think they're going to knock the Falcons permanently out of contention for not permanently, but this season. They're going to knock them out of the season for the playoffs. So I'm going to pull the upset and say the Lions, because I'm feeling good. I want a good feel-good story, even though it's just going to hurt draft stock right now. I think it's more about morale than anything else. But then again, if they lose, they're kind of in a win-win situation. If they win, it's a really good morale boost for the team. If they lose, then that's just going to make their draft. They're just going to get better draft. So, yeah. Anywho, so let's. I'm going to give this to the Lions. Anyway, moving on to the Rams and the Vikings. This is a tough to say game, because the Rams, even though they've been really hot right now, they've been getting hot again. Vikings can be inconsistent, and it really depends on if they're going to play up to potential or not, or if they're just going to shit the bed. The Vikings are so infuriating. The Vikings have so much talent and potential. These guys should be steamrolling the NFC North, excuse me. But they don't do that. They shit the bed and are wildly inconsistent. Rams are back they're playing they want to win this division and towards the end. So I think this will be a close game if the Vikings show up to this game, but it's been very much hey, we'll win a game, then we'll shit the bed in the next one. We'll win a game convincingly, then lose the next one. But I'm going to give this one to the Rams. But I do think this might be a game. Oh, Lord. Next up, we got a tank bowl of Jaguars and Jets. Oh, Lord. Jaguars, you're free of Urban Meyer, but you still are the Jaguars. Jets, you're still the Jets. This is a game that could go either way in how much who's going to outsuck the other one is. And Jaguars might as well just tank this game, because now you're once again back at the number 1's draft. You're back to the number 1 draft. If you lose here, then I think either the Lions or the Texans are going to take this. Jets, you're fine. You've got a bunch of draft picks, so you're fine either way. So I'm gonna give this, and the Jets do intrigue me sometimes. They're putting up some interesting numbers in some of these games. So I think I'm gonna say the Jets, because the Jaguars might just screw the game over. Just they may throw the game just so they can have some, the number 1 draft again, and completely ruin the talent of that person too. Look at Trevor Lawrence. Anyway, moving on to the New York Giants taking on the Eagles. Eagles are another team that's on an upswing and playing hard for the 7th seed. Giants, you're a mess. That's all I can say. You are a mess. You're a total mess. I'm going to give this one to the Eagles. It's not could it be a close game? Because again, divisional games are always they always bring out the best in both teams, but I'm going to go with the safe pick and go with the Eagles. Next up, you got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Patriots. Patriots coming off a loss. Bills, they're coming off a really good win. And yeah, it was a tough game last time in a storm, in a goddamn blizzard. But yeah, I'm going to give this one to the Bills. I think they're going to be angry at Big Brother after last game, after some miscues. But Bills, if you lose here, you may as well kiss not only the division goodbye, you may as well kiss your playoff dreams goodbye. So you've got to, the Bills, you guys gotta, as Dan Campbell would say, bite some kneecaps. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this one tentatively to the Bills. Anyway, let's move on now to the Ravens and the Bengals. This is going to be an interesting game. Lamar Jackson's still out, but his replacement, Tyler Huntley, was very interesting to watch, and in a really good Ravens Packers game. Bengals are ahead of the division, and they seem like they're the only team that wants to win the division. This is, again, like they're playing for not only the division, but a playoff spot. I'm going to say the Bengals because they are a dangerous team, but this is going to be a really good game. I think this is going to be an honest-to-God brutal game for the division and playoffs. I think it's going to be the Bengals on this one, but yeah, because the Ravens, even as interesting as Huntley was, that team is like watching the Vikings. You have so much potential with talent, and you squander it. Anyway, next up we got the Chargers taking on the Texans. Texans, you're the Texans. Chargers. Next up we have the Buccaneers taking on the Panthers. Yep, the Buccaneers are going to have Antonio Brown back. Ugh. And they're going to have some more healthy pieces against a wounded Cam Newton, a broken-ass defense, and a offensive line that'll make you laugh hysterically. You're not just playing Tom Brady, Panthers, you're playing pissed off Tom Brady after that humiliation on Sunday night against the Saints. So it's literally going to be the drunk stepdad beating the redheaded stepchild. It's literally what it's going to be like the whole game. Now, it'd be really funny if the Panthers won this game. Like, it would just be hilarious to watch the Panthers win this game, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, Buccaneers, to my chagrin. Anyway, next up we got the Bears taking on the Seahawks. God, you'd think this would be a soul-crushing game, but really, like, after how bad the Seahawks have been and how bad the Bears been, this is another case of who's going to outsuck the other one. I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks because they're really not playing for anything. Bears, you're just awful. You're just awful. That's all I can say. So moving on now to the Broncos and Raiders. This might be a good game. Both the Raiders and Broncos are literally just two teams that fell apart. They're just two teams that fell apart. I'm going to give this slightly to the Raiders because, yeah, Drew Lock. That's all I can say. Drew Lock for the Broncos. But again, this is a game that is really hard to tell, not because they're both very talented. It's more like who's just going to fail harder here. Broncos, they have, here's the thing about the Broncos. They have a really good offense, defense, and a run game, pass game. They're just missing one key component, a really good QB. All you need is that one piece, and they are a dangerous team. But, yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll get Russell Wilson. That is one of the three teams he's willing to be traded for. The Giants, Saints, Broncos. So I think if anyone, it's going to be the Broncos, and then the AFC West will be a real slugfest if Russell Wilson goes to the Broncos. Anyway, so moving on to the Steelers and the Chiefs. Steelers, you're garbage. I'm sorry, you're garbage. Without TJ Watt, your defense is nothing. Big Ben Roethlisberger can't throw a goddamn ball without hurting himself. And, yeah, Chase Claypool's kind of a piece of shit. So you really are nothing. And you're really just here, and I don't know how it is that you're still in you're still in the hunt for the playoffs. But now you play the Chiefs, and not just the Chiefs. you're not just playing the Chiefs. You're playing a Chiefs team that is playing really up to its potential, and you're going into Arrowhead, full of fans who really don't like the Steelers. This is not going to end well for you, is what I'm saying, Chiefs. Next up, we got our Sunday night game of Washington and the Cowboys. Cowboys. Last time you played Washington, you were so ahead and you nearly choked the goddamn game. I don't think that will be the case here. I think Washington is going to put up some points, but they are wounded. They are missing some pieces. But Cowboys, it's going to go to you. Anyway, so our final game for week 16 is a sneaky. I think this might be a good game. Dolphins and the Saints. Both teams are still in the hunt for a playoff spot, and they're on an upswing. Tua to Jalen Waddle, it's a great combination, and the Saints' defense is really healthy, and it's really one of the best defenses I've seen in the NFC. So this could go either way. I'm going to give this slightly to the Saints, but I would not be shocked if it goes to the Dolphins. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, who do you think would come out on top in any of these games? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.